Hey there, guys. The Innistrad Release Championship, whatever it's called, is tomorrow, which means I have to get in some practice opening Bloodline Keeper and Geist Honored Monk. So I thought I'd fire up a Sealed and open like 2 rare lands, another land, and 3 Ghoul Crawler spells. Grimoire. Good start. Alright, so hope we get to play Grimgren. Let's go through this nice and slow, as I like to do. Green cards are so good. And a spider spawning. This seems like a good start to a deck to me. I have a Shimmering Grotto, Isolated Chapel, and Clifftop Retreat. See what red has going on for it. Marauders. How do I have all these rare cards? I have 3 times Bump in the Night. There's that, I guess. Terrible black other than Grimgren. See how my blue is. Okay. Not very good. My white looks like I have a few good white cards, but it's very, very shallow. Okay. So my green is by far the deepest color. Got a spider spawning in there, but I don't have a great way to really turn it on. Probably want... It's interesting. I can splash something white almost for free. Well, yeah, for free. If I'm going black and red as well, which I'm probably not. There's a Grimoire. There's a Blazing Torch. That'll definitely make the cut. I don't think Grimoire will. But it might. There's a Traveler's Amulet and a Demon Mail Hauberk. It's an awkward pool. So with spawning in Grimgren, starting out with green and some number of black cards seems like it makes sense. And while I don't have depth in black cards, I do have some good ones. Like 1, 2... Okay, I have 2 good ones. 3, I guess. Grimgren counts. Let's get rid of red for a moment, just because it seems like it's very hard to make it work on my mana. And it's moderately powerful, but not amazingly powerful, I guess I would say. This may actually end up being like a 5-color deck. Because I have Avacyn's Pilgrim as well, so I really am getting any white cards I want for free. It's just I don't want any white cards. Bonds of Faith, Abyssinian Priest. Silent Departure is good. Deranged Assistance is going to be good with spider spawning. Even with nothing else at all to interact with it, Deranged Assistant is going to be good with spider spawning. And I do have a Boneyard Worm as well. So I sort of have something else to interact with it. 2 copies of Moon Heron. I have a Think Twice, I guess. I don't think this is going to be the deck for Curiosity. And let's put these Stitched guys in. Deck's not bad, really. I think this is a good place to start, but we need to do some fiddling to make it better. Where did those lands go? put these in. So I have... Okay, that's probably not relevant, actually. Like, ever. Also want to splash for Geist Flame. Desperate Ravings. I'm not going to be able to splash for Falcon Wrath Marauders. Yes, I may not actually be getting free white after all. Like, the only thing I really want is Bonds of Faith, I guess. And Bonds of Faith is a little less appealing when you can't cast it consistently. Maybe out of the board when I know that it's going to be live, but it also has the problem of, you know, not being great at dealing with humans. Is Grimoire good here? How well can I stall? Not very right now, it doesn't look like. Gosh, sealed is so difficult. Sometimes I watch other people's sealed videos and they just like put cards in their deck and they're done, like woohoo, submit in like 8 minutes. I have no idea how you can possibly do that. Another question is if I want this Blood Hall. I would say chances are good that I do not. And then do I want any other black cards? I'm not seeing any other black cards that really make sense as a splash. There are just some mediocre creatures. Not mediocre. These guys are probably a little bit better than mediocre, but not great creatures. I only have 13 creatures right now. Yikes. Could double splash for Grimgran or just abandon Grimgran? Don't think I want to abandon him. Well, I'm not sure. Let's look at this for a second. Spider spawning is a lot worse in this deck than it was in the last one. This deck is just not quite there. Where did my white-red land go? Go. Pitchburned Owl's one of the better splashes. Yeah, that deck looks better, doesn't it? Don't have Grimgrin though. Grimgrin is a good dude. Very good dude. The deck's also not as good at exploiting spider spawning. I think what I'll do is I'll start out green, blue, black, because I think on average I'm going to have the better late game, so I'd like to get there. I guess the Isolated Chapel is still worth it for travel preparations. Cool. Where did the blue cards I had go? I'm not going to play Invisible Stalker or Curiosity, I don't think. This is without any lands in it. 23. So I have a Traveler's Amulet, a Caravan Vigil, and an Avacyn's Pilgrim. I'd like to get one more card in. Sort of rather it wasn't Invisible Stalker or Sensory Deprivation, but it might end up being one of those. Shoot. Grimgrin plus Spider Spawning. Sick combo, right? Grimgrin plus Pitchburn Devils. I don't know why Pitchburn Devils is still here. So I need 2 more playables. Ooh, that's harder. I guess let's try to play a couple of red cards. Oh, let's play Bonds of Faith. Bonds of Faith is free. Pitchburn Devils seems less free. Maybe a black card though. Maybe a Tribute to Hunger or an Altar's Reap. Is that good? Mark up Patrician. What about a Patrician? My curve is very ugly. In fact, I might even drop a Spider for Village Cannibals. So now I've gotten it down to 16 land. It looks better. I'm not going to try to play the Blood Hall, although I feel like I could activate it with fair regularity. I'm going to want lots of green lands. I'm playing a Boneyard Worm still. It's not the best Boneyard Worm in the world by any means. I also have a Moon Mist. Shoot. Let's do this and get really greedy on the mana base. I have a lot of white sources even without trying, so might end up actually being fine. 6, 5 blue sources and a Stitch Drake. Oh, this deck is very greedy, but I just like... Oh, I get 2 more lands. I don't think I can get a good deck without getting pretty greedy with the mana here. That's 8 forests. If you count Shimmering Grotto, I think I want 1 more, so let's go -1 island. Ensure that I can cast Caravan Vigil and Avacyn's Pilgrim. Okay. Do I have any instants? Think Twice. Think Twice does not actually combo that well with Mare. Spidery Grasp. Well, it's not the best deck that I've ever played, for sure, but I think this will be an okay deck. Yeah, 16 land might actually be greedy. Too greedy, even with Traveler's Amulet, Pilgrim, and Vigil. No, I don't believe that. I'm going to try not to draw all of these at once. In fact, I really would like to get rid of this. Don't think there's anything I can... Well, let's do this. Let the Boneyard Worm go. There he is. At least I can play it for like a 0/0 or something. Right? Should be good. Could play Moon Mist. Nah. I could play Memory's Journey. Seems unlikely. Okay, well I think this deck is... God, it's an abomination, but... will hopefully be okay. I'm gonna hit submit, and we'll see if it can actually cast spells in round 1.